one of the things he said is that you'll have to produce a show for the hospital. They're our biggest client, and they want us to produce this show called Healthy Living. So I knew nothing about television production.
That was your first entry.
First entry. But I got in. I was doing very well. We used to air the show through the National Communications Network. So that is the government TV station in Linden. And about a year after producing Healthy Living, I was approached by one of the employees there, and he's like, I heard them talking about you. They think that you're really good on camera. Me being very shy, I was very shy. I used to mostly shy away from everything, and I would read a lot. That was one thing I enjoyed doing when I wanted to get away from life and challenges and stuff. I used to read and write a lot, so I used to write poetry and stuff. But now I'm on camera, and he said, why don't you apply to NCN? And one of the challenges I had working at the startup companies, when it's startup, sometimes you don't get paid on time.
Oh, really?
I have my rent to pay and all these things. And as much as my parents would help me, they were still in Canada. I still needed something that would had more stable income. So I said, okay, I'll apply. The manager at the time said, we're not hiring, but for some reason I got hired.
Yeah.
They hired me as a trainee producer, and just when I was about to start that job, the hospital that I was doing the Healthy Living show with, they said, we'll offer you a PR job.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, but even though the PR job was better pay and everything, I felt like I'll go to the hospital and I'll just be doing public relations, but I wanted to do more now that I found this passion for being on camera and things like that. So I decided to take the job as a trainee producer. But even though I was a trainee producer, I was doing everything in the newsroom. I was anchoring the news. I was going out covering stories. I was voicing death announcements, birthday requests, advertisements, everything. And when there's major stories, they would call on me to go cover it. And I'm like, but I'm just a trainee producer.
They saw potential.
Yes. But outside of that, I felt in a way I was taken advantage of, but I really enjoyed the experience. So one day the CEO of the company came to Linden. We had a fire, and I approached him and I said, I've been a trainee producer here for about 2 years.